In a battle where raw power clashes with divine fury, only one can stand victorious. Witness the ultimate showdown between Superman, the Man of Steel, and Thor, the God of Thunder. Who will reign supreme? Stay tuned for an epic battle beyond imagination. The sky was restless. Dark clouds churned in the heavens, rumbling with a fury that shook the very fabric of reality. Beneath them, a barren land stretched infinitely, a place beyond mortal comprehension, neither belonging to the gods nor to men. It was here, in this forsaken void between worlds, that two of the greatest warriors in existence would settle the question that had echoed across the multiverse. Who was truly the strongest? Thor, the God of Thunder, stood at the heart of the battlefield, his feet planted firmly on the cracked earth. His presence alone was like a storm given form, his crimson cape whipping in the howling winds, his armor gleaming with the residual energy of countless battles. Mjolnir, the enchanted hammer of the gods, hummed in his grip, awaiting its master's command. His blue eyes burned with the fire of Asgard itself, a silent testament to the power he wielded. Then, a streak of crimson light tore through the sky, faster than the eye could follow. A being descended from the heavens with the force of a meteor. Superman landed with a thunderous impact, the ground beneath him shattering like glass. His eyes glowed faintly, twin embers of power threatening to ignite. He stood tall, unwavering, his blue and red suit pristine despite the battle that was about to unfold. Neither spoke. There was no need for words. They both understood what had to be done, and so they moved. Superman was the first to strike. He launched forward, his speed breaking the sound barrier instantly. His fist, charged with the force of 1,000 suns, rocketed toward Thor's chest. But Thor, seasoned by millennia of war, reacted in an instant. Mjolnir shot up to meet the blow, and when flesh met enchanted URU metal, the resulting impact sent shockwaves across the battlefield. The ground beneath them caved inward, the force of their clash creating a crater that stretched for miles. The air itself seemed to shudder, as though the universe itself recoiled at the sheer force being unleashed. Thor twisted, using Superman's momentum against him, hurling him across the battlefield with a thunderous crash. Superman tumbled through the wreckage, his body cutting through the landscape like a bullet through paper. But he was undeterred. In less than a second, he was back on his feet, his red cape billowing behind him as he launched himself skyward. Thor barely had time to react before Superman was upon him again. The Kryptonian struck like a living comet, his fists moving faster than mortal eyes could comprehend. Each strike cracked the air like thunder, his speed making it impossible for Thor to counter directly. But Thor was not mortal. With a growl, he summoned the storm. The sky roared in response, lightning arcing through the heavens before slamming into Superman's chest with the force of a collapsing star. The Kryptonian cried out as the divine energy surged through his body, but he did not falter. Instead, he pushed forward through the crackling bolts, his heat vision igniting in retaliation. Twin beams of searing energy shot toward Thor. The God of Thunder barely had time to raise Mjolnir before the heat struck, the metal glowing white-hot from the intensity of the blast. Thor gritted his teeth, his muscles straining as he absorbed the attack, redirecting the energy skyward in a blinding explosion. Then, before Superman could react, Thor struck. Mjolnir crashed against Superman's jaw with the force of a dying sun, sending the Kryptonian soaring backward through the sky. The blow would have shattered mountains, but Superman merely rolled with the impact, twisting in midair before halting his momentum. His lip was bleeding, a rare sight, but it only fueled his determination. This was a battle unlike any before. Neither warrior held back. The battlefield was no longer just the ground beneath them. They fought across the sky, their blows shattering the clouds and sending storms raging across the realm. Every punch from Superman sent shockwaves that could be felt for miles. Every strike from Mjolnir cracked the air, sending out pulses of divine energy that distorted space itself. Superman had fought gods before. He had faced Darkseid Doomsday and beings that could sunder worlds with a mere thought. But Thor was different. There was something primal in the way he fought, something ancient, as if he was not just a warrior, but a living storm, a force of nature given form. Thor, in turn, had battled titans, monsters, and cosmic horrors beyond mortal understanding. But Superman was relentless. His strength was not just raw power, it was will. An unyielding force that refused to be stopped, no matter the odds. They clashed again. This time, Superman struck first, his fists moving faster than lightning. He drove Thor into the ground, each blow sending cracks racing across the battlefield. But Thor would not be bested so easily. With a roar, he unleashed the full power of Mjolnir, sending Superman soaring into the sky with a blast of pure divine energy. Superman barely had time to recover before lightning struck again, this time with such force that even his Kryptonian body felt it. He gritted his teeth, his suit smoldering from the impact, but he did not stop. Instead, he pushed forward, faster than thought, and struck Thor with a blow that sent the god reeling. Then another, and another. The tide was turning. Thor felt it. The Kryptonian was adapting. His attacks were coming faster, harder, more precise. Each blow was like a hammer against his armor, rattling him to his core. He summoned all his strength, calling upon the Odin force itself, his body igniting with power beyond comprehension. With one final strike, he unleashed everything, a lightning storm so powerful that it split the heavens. The storm raged, the skies burned, and Superman vanished within the maelstrom. For a moment, Thor believed he had won. Then, through the fire and lightning, Superman emerged. His body was glowing with solar energy, his form radiating with power. The lightning that had once slowed him now coursed through him, absorbed into his cells. Thor's eyes widened. Superman had taken the storm and made it his own. Then, with a single, final strike, Superman ended it. His fist, charged with the force of a dying star, crashed into Thor's chest. The world shattered. The sky screamed, and Thor fell. The dust settled. The battlefield was silent. Superman stood tall, his breath steady, his fist still clenched. Before him, Thor lay motionless, his armor cracked, Mjolnir resting just beyond his reach. The god of thunder had fallen. Superman exhaled slowly, his body still radiating with the energy of battle. He did not revel in victory. There was no arrogance, no pride, only respect. With a final glance at his fallen opponent, Superman turned to the sky, and then, in a blur of motion, he was gone, leaving only the echoes of battle behind. The question had been answered. Superman was victorious.